Ek het vir julle in die vorige periode gesê die buigpunt is die plek waar die konkawiteit verander. So concavity has to do with the shape of the graph. So the shape of the graph, you guys already know half of it. We know when a graph is ascending or descending. Nee? Ons weet wanneer 'n grafiek stygend of dalend is en waar verander dit? Where does it change from ascending to descending or the other way around? At a what? At a turning point, okay? So for the first derivative equal to 0, you get the turning points, and those tell you where a graph changes from ascending to descending. Right? Okay, and then for the second derivative equal to 0, you get the point of inflection of the buigpunt. Waar vat ek een van hulle weg? Ja, is hektiek. Okay. I think that's how you spell it in English. Concave. Okay, so concave. The concavity of the graph changes at the point of inflection. Okay. En die maklikste manier om daaraan te dink is om te dink aan die vorm van 'n parabool. If it looks like this, ja man, yo. Where are we? There. If the shape looks like a negative parabola, dan sê ons hy is konkaaf na onder, which seems a little bit counterintuitive because that feels like it's pointing upwards. But think of that as a negative parabola, so dit is onder toe. And if the shape looks like this, dan is hy konkaaf na bo. So do you see, while the concavity hasn't changed, it changes from ascending to descending or the other way around. So you can't just look at whether it is ascending or descending to look at the shape of the graph in terms of concavity. Jy moet een hele hobbeltjie na kyk en dan sê daai helfte van die grafiek is konkaaf na bo en die ander helfte van die grafiek is konkaaf na onder. And for this, the second derivative will be negative. And for this one, the second derivative will be positive. So I'll show you that in one of the graphs and then we can call it. Told you I was just going to do one thing. Concavity. All of it. Okay. Goed, so as ons kyk na een van die grafieke wat ons nou gedoen het. We already did calculating the concavity and I told you guys that the concavity changes at the point of inflection. So hierdie gedeelte van die grafiek gaan wees konkaaf na bo. Sien julle hy lyk soos 'n positiewe parabool? Okay. While this part of the graph okay, goed. And let me just show you that in terms of the algebra behind it. So for this one, we calculated that is true? Okay. Wat is die x-waarde van die punt van die buigpunt in hierdie voorbeeld? That's the point of inflection. What's the x value there? 2. Okay, so do you guys agree? Everywhere on the orange part of that curve, the x value will be smaller than 2. Né? Okay, so kom ons stel enige iets links van 2 in. So kom ons stel somme in x gelyk aan 0. Nee. 0 is baie keer bietjie confusing. Kom ons stel in x gelyk aan 1. Because you agree 1 will be on this side. Né? Yeah? Dis aan die oranje kant. So if we substitute that in there, then we have 6 times 1 minus 12, which is negative 6. En al wat belangrik is wat julle daar moet sien, is vir hierdie gedeelte is die tweede afgeleide negatief. Do you see that's a negative number? You all see that's a negative number? Okay. En as ons gaan kyk na die groen kant van die grafiek, en ek stel sê nou maar in x is gelyk aan 3. Anything on that side of 2. So any number bigger than 2. If I substitute it, I will get a positive number. Yeah.
So when they ask you, for example, for which x value will the graph be positive, you have to work out that.
Yeah, but you already worked out the point of inflection. So then you just look at the shape and then you see, so if the shape was like this, and let's say the point of inflection here was at 1 and 2, for instance. Do you guys see that on this side, it will now be concave upwards? Okay? Want sien julle daai kant lyk nou soos 'n positiewe parabool. So you have to look at the shape of the graph and then from the point of inflection, decide which side it will be concave upwards or which side it will be concave downwards. And that's it. And they love asking these. When I started teaching matric, it was never in the end of year exams, but for the past 3 years, they almost always ask something about concavity. So 2 marks, comment on the concavity of the graph at x is equal to 0, and you just say it's concave upwards, concave downwards. Okay.